skydiving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hello, my friends, my fellow trudgers, trudging along like a bunch of trudgers, trudging the happy road to destiny. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. Yep, sure is. Has been all my life. And if you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. It is always nice to know who is here. But this is an anonymous thing, and you're not required to say a darn thing to listen to me. You don't even have to say hi. This disease, our disease, and no matter what addiction it is, can be kind of embarrassing. Sometimes we don't want people to know. Sometimes we need to recover silently, and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. All right? There'll be a time when maybe you will recover out loud. Who knows? It's your recovery. I know a lot of people that do a lot of things that never say anything. Okay? They would just rather go out and do the action and do what they need to do. Right? So, all right. Let's get to the hard topic then. Blame. For the longest time, I blamed my parents for who I was. I blamed the system for who I was. In other words, I pretty much blamed everything else but me. Right? Because I had to be right. Here's the thing. When you're wrong so much, it gets to a point where it's like, well, am I ever right? That can be tough. The thing is, we're never going to be able to get to a point of true happiness if we're busy blaming other people for who we are. Right? And this is why the division of families starts to happen because, I mean, yes, the alcoholic, addict, whoever the person is sick. And they have a mental illness that is beyond their control. But that doesn't mean they want to hang out with us. And that makes it heartbreaking. I mean, what are they supposed to do with it? The way I see it is, and I'm talking in general here, my parents did the best that they could. They did. My dad beat us with a belt. I tell you, I deserved it most times. Didn't stop me. I just got used to it. I got better. And I was always doing stupid crap. Nobody's watching me, and considering I have this brain, I've always done what I wanted to do. So, but let's get back to the topic. It's real easy to point fingers at somebody else, especially when we need to do the work ourselves, right? Okay. So, my parents put me away. Well, they didn't have much of a choice, man. They really didn't. I was out of control. My anger, because I didn't like any of them. So I just get drunk and punch holes in walls. I was very violent. Okay. My dad taught me how to express my anger by punching holes in walls. That's what he taught me. So see, I was a bit confused that it was okay for Dad to do it and be angry, but it wasn't okay for Dion to do it. I'm just emulating what you taught me. Okay. But at some point in my life, I have to take responsibility for punching the holes in the walls. It wasn't my dad that did that time. Okay. So there's that, it makes it tough for us to work through that, right? Doesn't it? Because if our parents were really angry, okay, most of our dads were, and I understand why now. That's the thing, is as you grow older, you start to understand, you know what? Fuck, my parents had it tough. That it's so much tougher than they ever let me see, because they didn't want me to go through some things that they didn't have to go through. Maybe the reason that our parents wanted us outside playing is because growing up, they had to do chores all the time. Life was different. Grew your own food. You were working on farms. Okay. And life was different. So maybe they wanted us to have it, they went the opposite. Their parents were all over their ass. So my parents just let us do what we wanted. It just didn't really work either. Gen Xers, we brag a lot about who we are, but when it comes to mental illness, no, we're not any good at it. Because we love to shove things under the rug. That's what we were taught. Okay. But I can no longer use that. I'm 52. I can no longer use my parents to say I am. That ended at 18. For me, it did. It ended at 18. I was in a halfway house for homeless alcoholics at that time. Okay. I put me there, and I knew that. And at that point, I'm like, you know what? They did what they did, but I can move on. And I had and at that point, I had really good relationships with my parents. Unfortunately, during my relapse, yeah, and it does kind of stink because, when I actually take a look at the full situation, I don't really feel like I did anything to the family directly that should have gotten me, ostracized from the family or booted out. I never felt like I got a fair shake. I never, my parents never came to me and said, when we did that, we were doing the best that we could, but it was the wrong move. Still waiting to hear that. Not going to be able to hear that. That's not going to happen. Okay, that is a fantasy. So, I have to start working with forgiveness. Okay? That doesn't mean I have to like the person. Okay? But I don't want to think of the man that raised me bad all the time. I don't want to do that anymore. See, we're used to fighting. And it's a natural reaction for us, one that I don't think really goes away. Okay? There are times when I still react when I should not react. I'm pretty good with my serenity, right? Okay. But the thing is, I was always angry. Even growing up, I was always angry because I felt left out, and various things. Now, were people doing this to me intentionally? Well, no, and yes. Okay. I never understood why people didn't pick me for kickball because I was really good at it. Okay. But what I didn't understand was that people weren't picking teams to win. They were picking their friends so that they could have fun. See, I never had that part. So I didn't quite put into, I'm like, well, fine, people just don't want me around then. Picked last. And even if I want help win the game for them, nah, because they're friends with, they're friends. Can I blame those people for feeling lonely? Not really. Not really. See, when I get up in the morning, I have PTSD. And when I get up in the morning, my brain, the very first thing that it does, it looks for somebody who's pissed me off recently. And I actually have to stop it from doing it. See? Go to bed. I go to bed sober and wake up an alcoholic. Because my brain just wants to go out there and debate with all these people and prove myself right and say, hey, this is who I really am. Okay. And I just don't feel the need to do that anymore. Right? Do I want to help a lot of people? Yeah. But I don't need popularity to do it. Actually, it's almost like you need to, and it's kind of disgusting. I find that popularity is just, it doesn't do, it isn't conducive to what we do. Right? A lot of people know my name, and that's great. I'm well known, but when you become popular, what happens is then you're kind of set aside as an expert or a speaker for this, and you can't be that. You can't be all. We're not allowed to be the alpha and the omega. We gave up that life. So with that, I also have to make sure that I have plenty of humility in my pocket. My screensaver is not working right, and every 15 minutes it goes blank. Poof. Everybody's out camping and shit. That's why nobody's here. I haven't heard from anybody today, which is kind of weird. Okay? So when we continue to utilize blame, well, I'm going to let you know what will happen. You're going to live a miserable, miserable life. Of sobriety, you're probably not going to find much, because we utilized blame of other people to justify our drinking. Yeah. We created drama in our lives so that we could continue drinking. Okay. These, awesome. You go to the gym. In that gym. I don't know Jim myself, never met the guy. I'm scared of gyms. You'll never see me in a gym. Way too uncomfortable for me. I would feel like all the testosterone in there, and I'd be like, whoop, and gone. All right. So here's the other thing, because we just have to take blame all the way out. So let's say something happened. Well, who's to blame? Who fucking cares? What's the solution? Not who did it. Well, that person did it over there. So what we should do is single them out. I think that's silly. What? Okay, fine, I'll take blame. Great. Now, what's the solution? Great. Because what we really need to get to is the what, why, and how of it, man. Not the who. No, we don't need the who. Isn't this a we program? Huh. Did you know that when my friends fall down, I fall down with them? Yeah, why not? It's not that hard. It's not, but falling down isn't a bad thing. I mean, in a physical, real world, it kind of is. I mean, it can be kind of dangerous. But when it comes to emotional sobriety, spiritual sobriety, maybe we should talk about there. No, see, we have physical sobriety, we have mental sobriety, we have emotional sobriety. What about spiritual sobriety? I'm sure it's a great topic. Okay, but when we when we blame other people for our situations or the way life is going, we do not grow. You will become stagnant in that area. All right? And it'll be about all you're thinking about. You'll try and change your mind to go to a different topic. Okay? But you can't stop blaming this person. And this is where forgiveness works extremely well. Pray for that person for 2 weeks. Pray for them. Wish them the best. I'm praying for somebody right now. I've been doing it for 3 weeks, but I haven't been able to get to the part where I'm wishing them happiness and things like that. I'm getting there. I'm willing, okay, but I do pray for this person. I'm like, and I pray for so-so. But I'm getting there, right? I am. And I'm willing to do that. Because otherwise, that thought will intrude. And then it'll start to, and that little thought will start to intrude. And then what happens? Then the problem, I start to what if it, and that's when it starts to get bigger. Then I will take that problem and make it bigger than it needs to be. Now it's a big deal. And I go and do it. They're like, okay, yeah. Oh, that wasn't that big of a deal. Guess what? You're the one that did that. Okay? What's going on there? Shame and guilt from past endeavors. See, before when you tried to do this and you were trying to approach people, you were sick yourself, and sick people treat other people sick. If you're a jerk, you will treat other people that way. Period. So they'll say something, you'll just say something short, yeah. You know, and the word isn't bad, but listen how I say it. You know, yeah. I love the exasperated one. Yeah. Smack you upside your head. Okay? You're not going to find freedom. True freedom. You're not going to find it if you're still blaming people. Okay? Now, does that mean I let these toxic people live in my life? Not a chance. Okay? For a while, I'm going to tell you, it hurt that there were a bunch of people that just no longer wanted to be around me. It hurt. Okay? 90% of them in recovery because of shit talk. That hurt more than anything. Because it made me think, people aren't working the program. See, it didn't connect, and therefore something is up. That means something's going on. But does that mean that it's okay to allow somebody to live rent-free in my head? No, not even I get to live rent-free in my head. There is a price that needs to be paid every day, and that price is the death of my old behavior. Remember, I said I get up in the morning, and the first thing my brain does is look for somebody that recently pissed me off. Because it wants to be angry. It feels like it's stuck. I feel that way sometimes, where I'm like, I have like this just emotional feeling, but I can't place it. And sometimes I come, you'll see it. I come on here with a topic, I'm like, I'm trying it, and you'll see me kind of flounder a little bit. You know, that's because I'm trying to push something that isn't quite working, something that I haven't quite figured out yet. But there's something bigger, and it's beautiful, and I just can't quite put my finger on it yet. I know it's coming. I know it is. I know it's going to change everything for me. So at one point, there was a group of people that really did try to get me out of the business. And I'm not so much focused on that, okay? But what blame does in that kind of a situation is it creates division. especially when you have two leaders working together, because I consider myself a leader. I do. Leaders do things by example, and that's what I do. That makes me a leader. I went to the classes, I did the right things to become that leader. Okay. And there was division on both sides. Okay. Was there division on their side? Yes. How much? I don't know. Was there division on my side? Yes. I talked a lot of shit. So you know what I did? I made an amends. Made amends. Am I going to get one back? I don't know. I didn't make the amends to get one back. I don't have that expectation from them because I'm trusting the fact that they're not going to see what they've done and they're not going to make an amends. I don't need that amends anymore. What did I do? I kept my side of the street clean. When I saw what I was doing, I corrected my errors right then and there. Because that's when it needed to be done. I'm going to tell you now, that probably scared them even more. Because courage, man. I have a lot of courage. I have a lot of courage. For some things. Not for everything. Right? Progress. We can make progress. All right. Hour till my 3 o'clock meeting. So, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. All right. Go to the gym. Go to your parks. Go enjoy the day. It's beautiful outside. It's beautiful outside. Remember, it is Memorial Day weekend, so keep an extra diligence today if you're newer. Okay, it's a little bit of extra diligence. So maybe go to an extra meeting, maybe chair the meeting, do something. Do your stuff, but do something just a little bit more. And I want you to try that. Each day when you do something, put 2 more minutes into it and watch what happens. Watch what happens. Okay? Because if you push yourself a little bit, right, past the point of where you're supposed to be, in about a month, you're going to be at a place and not realize it. Okay? That's called taking baby steps. Right? Try that in your life. Watch what happens. I love you. Thank you for being here. Peace out. And have a day.